What's going on, guys? It's Matt once again, and welcome back to the Pop Complex. Alright guys, and we're back once again with the Pop Complex, and today we have another unboxing and review video. Today we have the NECA Ultimate Return of Godzilla figure, and this was based on the 1984 film, The Return of Godzilla by Toho Limited. So this figure right here, this film in 1984 was actually the 30th anniversary of the original 1954 Godzilla. So Toho wanted to commemorate that with the Return of Godzilla, which was sort of like a fresh reboot of the franchise, even way back in 1984. The original films, called the Showa Era, ranged from 1954 to 1975, and then the Return of Godzilla in 1984 sort of ushers in the Heisei Era of Godzilla films. So this right here is actually the last NECA Godzilla figure that I will be picking up. As you guys may or may not know, NECA no longer holds the license to be able to produce Godzilla figures. So this is sort of the last classic likeness that I wanted to pick up. And we'll take a closer look at the front of the box. You can see the film artwork, the movie poster there, Return of Godzilla. And on the side, we also have a replica of the artwork on the side. On the back, and you can see some of the figure photography there in different poses, and you can see here the movie bio there that you can pause and read. On the other side, the movie artwork again, the Japanese lettering Godzilla there on the top, and on the bottom just the barcode. And we'll open it up here, and you can see a nice photograph of the figure against a Tokyo cityscape. If I can get rid of some of this glare, as you can see there, and there's the figure itself. There's Godzilla. You can see his tail piece is there, guys, and there he is. So won't waste any more time, because the best way to show this guy off is to get him out of the package. So stay tuned, guys. Let's get him open. Okay guys, here he is. Here's 1984 Return of Godzilla. Take a closer look at the detail here. I really love these figures, guys. I really love NECA's work on the Godzilla figures. I think they did a really good job capturing the detail of the character and the detail of the skin of the actual suits that were used in the movie. And if you guys would check out my previous Godzilla videos, I will link those in the description and put some cards up here, guys, for you to click on. But my most recent one was I actually unboxed the 1962 King Kong vs. Godzilla and the latest NECA King Kong figure along with that. And I did a whole video unboxing the 54 Godzilla, the Mothra vs. Godzilla 64, and the NES Godzilla as well, the pixelated Nintendo game style. So let's take a closer look here at the face of Godzilla. This is the likeness from the 1984 film, a little bit different than what we were used to seeing in the classic Showa era suits. The face is designed a little bit different. It looks more like dinosaur-like, dragon-like, more than the Showa era, which almost looked kind of frog-like in some of the films. But the articulation, we'll start off with the jaw. His lower jaw is articulated, so he can move that up and down to express different modes of anger and roaring. His head here right behind, or his neck here right behind the head, is on a ball joint, so you can get some posability forward and back, side to side and around with that. And he does have another smaller ball joint here at the base of the neck, so you can get some more turning, some different posing here. He can look to the left and to the right, up and down, get a lot of different angles on this guy. His articulation in his shoulders, he has a shoulder joint right here. These are kind of stiff, guys. Usually the Godzilla ones are pretty stiff, and based on the design of the character, you almost can't get too much range of motion, but he has a shoulder joint that allows his arm to go up and down, forward and back at the shoulder. He does have an elbow joint here, which is kind of stiff. You can kind of see some of the up and down movement that I'm able to get, and he has a wrist swivel right here to allow his wrist to go to the left and to the right, and forward and or outward and inward as well. Now this particular Godzilla does not have the additional articulation at the middle of the hand or the middle of the claw, so that he can open and close his claws like some of the other Godzilla figures did have. He has a mid waist, or like an ab level right below the chest, a swivel right there that doesn't allow too much swiveling to the left and to the right because of these dorsal plates, which we've seen that on previous Godzilla figures as well, but that's okay, guys. Really don't need that much articulation there, in my opinion. His legs here, his hips are on kind of a ball joint, but you can't get really too much inward and outward range of motion. You can get some, but based on the design of the character and the sculpt, not a whole lot. He mostly goes up and down with the legs, not too much inward and outward. He does have a knee joint, but guys, if you've seen my other videos, the knee joints are pretty stiff on these NECA figures, so you can get a little bit of range of motion there. I suggest maybe if you're going to be going for this posability to heat them up a little bit, maybe with a hair dryer. That sort of helps work those joints out a little bit. And he has an ankle rocker here as well that allows his feet to go up and down and side to side at different angles. And just like that on the other side as well. We'll take a look at the tail. Now the tail is coming straight out of the box. The tail was articulated in these 4 sections, as you can see here, and like the previous Godzillas, the actual end of the tail piece was packaged separately, as you guys saw in the package. So like with my previous reviews and the Godzilla videos, I did show, or I did explain, where you have to soak this tail piece in some warm water for about 30 seconds to loosen the plastic up, where you can actually pop it on the ball joint that is right here. So we've got a tail section right here, 1, 2, 3, and 4 straight out of the box. So he's articulated with ball joints on every single one of those tail sections, so you can really get some nice posability to the left and to the right, up and down on the tail there. And then the last section here that attached right here to this ball joint, you get the articulation there on the ball joint, and inside it's like a rubbery plastic with a bendy wire inside. So there's his tail, guys, and here are the dorsal plates. We'll get a closer look at those. The dorsal plates on this figure. Now I did notice one thing on these: the dorsal plates are very rubbery on this one, as opposed to some of the other Godzilla releases that I have unboxed and reviewed. The dorsal plates on those releases are very hard, stiff plastic, but these seem to be sort of rubbery and pliable as well. And there he is, guys. Nice close look and review of the 1984 Return of Godzilla. Now he did not come with any atomic breath accessory, as you've seen in my previous videos, that would pop into the back of the throat here. It would be like a cloud of billowy atomic breath accessory. He did not come with that. And what we're going to do here, guys, we're going to take a little comparison here. I'm bringing in the 1989 NES, the Nintendo version of Godzilla that I previously unboxed in my other video, as sort of a comparison, because if you'll notice, this is the same sculpt as far as the body goes from this 1984 Return of Godzilla. So it is the same exact sculpt. The NES has, of course, the turquoise, greenish, bluish paint job to replicate his likeness in the NES video game. As you can see, guys, the tail is the same that I just went over. It's articulated in the same spots. So this is the exact same sculpt, just a different paint job. And one of the big differences is the dorsal plates. The dorsal plates on the NES version are much larger. They're almost exaggeratingly large, or exaggerated at how big they are, but they really wanted to capture that video game likeness. And if you look at his likeness from the video game, the dorsal plates on Godzilla in that game are ridiculously big, just like this. And these are more subdued to go along with his likeness in the 1984 Return of Godzilla film. So there they are, guys, side by side. His eyes are painted red in the NES version, but same exact figure aside from the paint job and the dorsal plates. So guys, let me know what you think of the 1984 Return of Godzilla NECA Ultimate figure. Let me know down in the comments, guys. If you would, hit the like button and also hit the subscribe button and hit the bell to be notified so you're notified anytime that the Pop Complex uploads a new video. It really supports the channel, guys, and as always, there's a link in the description, but you can support the channel on Patreon, patreon.com/the Pop Complex. So guys, thanks for watching today and have an awesome day.